Hello lovely people, my name is Emma and today I'm bringing you a 2-book mini review of the books by Ed Yong. So today I'm going to be talking about An Immense World and I Contain Multitudes. Both of these are pop science books that came out in the past kind of 4 or 5 years or so. I Contain Multitudes is Ed Yong's first one, and then more recently he's come out with An Immense World. Both of which have been received incredibly positively by the book community, myself included, and I just wanted to talk about the both of them today because I do think he's definitely becoming a bit of a name, one to watch in the pop science world, to kind of rival people like Mary Roach, becoming a bit of an author by author for me. So what do I think he does well in general across both these books? I think Ed Yong does an incredibly good job of providing a lot of very detailed information in a very accessible way for people who don't necessarily have a strong background in pop science. And I also think he's picked really interesting topics to go on deep dives for and is very good at remaining focused in the book, whereas some pop science books can kind of feel like they're drifting a little bit, including a lot of kind of history of things that you're not necessarily interested in. These feel very zoomed in, fresh and focused. I Contain Multitudes is about our microbiomes and sort of the symbiotic relationship that we have with the microbial world. So it does go into details about what a microbe is and sort of various different bacteria out there, how they evolved, and then the various different ways that our health is connected with them. And it's something that we're definitely understanding more and more and more of as time goes by, and sort of understanding health as being, like I said, a symbiotic relationship rather than being something as us as individual entities. So I do think that one is really, really cool. An Immense World is looking at animal senses, and more specifically the animal's umwelt, which is basically the sensory picture that their brain builds based on the inputs that they have coming in, the actual qualitative experience of what it is like to be that animal. This is looking at how various senses, both more commonly known and then lesser known, so things like sight, touch, taste, but then branching into worlds of things like pain, magnetic fields, electromagnetic fields, and like electronic fields, and all sorts of stuff in those areas as well. So it is branching from just your basic, you know, how good is something's eyesight. I do think An Immense World is a little bit more technically dense. It definitely is a little bit harder to follow than I Contain Multitudes. I consider it a little bit more of an intermediary kind of pop science book. I don't think it's beginner friendly, and it definitely is quite a bit longer. It comes in at, I think it's something like 100 or 120 pages longer than I Contain Multitudes, and it definitely feels like it when you're in the middle of it. It does get a little bit bogged down with details, but if you're happy to let some of that wash over you as you go through, you finish the book with an incredibly comprehensive picture and understanding of the myriad and incredibly technical ways that animals and other creatures on our planet interact with the world very distinctly and differently with their senses compared to how we currently see the world. And you get some really fun philosophy of mind kind of conversations in there. There's lots of references to Thomas Nagel's paper of What Is It Like to Be a Bat, which is looking at the whole point that we cannot get into these animals' heads because we don't have the sort of sensory devices, equipment required to be able to know what it is like to be them, things like echolocation and stuff like that. So I do think that they are both definitely worth a read, and I also listened to both of these on audiobook and can recommend them as well. I believe Ed Yong narrates both of them. He definitely did Immense World. I'm pretty sure he did I Contain Multitudes, and you can really sense his sort of infectious enthusiasm for the topic coming through. So there you have it. Those are like 2 little mini reviews about Ed Yong and his current back catalogue. I'm really excited to see what this author comes up with next and what is going to be his next big area, and I'm also hoping that his trend of a book being slightly bigger each time is not going to continue, because An Immense World is a little bit of a brick and I definitely don't need there to be another one that is as chunky as that. So do let me know in the comments down below, have you checked out Ed Yong, and do you think can you think of any authors that he is similar to? I kind of referenced Mary Roach earlier. He's not like Mary Roach as a sort of pop science writer. He's far more focused in his areas and is more technically aware than she is, and definitely doesn't lean on the humor like she does, but I do still think he's a fantastic read if you're looking for something a little bit more serious. So have a wonderful reading week, and I'll chat to you soon. Bye.